Hi there. I don't want to take too much time introducing this. We're just talking about divisibility rules here. Okay? Hopefully you already know what divisibility means. That means can it be divided and not have any leftovers or remainders. This is going to help you in fractions, so please don't skip over it. You need to know the difference between an even and an odd number. Even numbers can be divided by 2 evenly. Odd numbers can't. Okay? And prime and composite, I hope you know what the difference between those two are. A prime number is one that cannot be divided by anything except itself and 1. So like 17. I can't divide 17 by 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 or any of those other numbers. All I can divide 17 evenly by is 1 and 17. So it's a prime number. A composite number is something like 6 because I can divide it by 1 and 6. I can also divide it by 2 and 3 and get no remainders. Then let's see. I want to talk about the actual divisibility rules. I'm going to go to the paper for that. Now, you may not recognize that you already know some of these, but I'm going to show you they're really very simple. For example, how can you tell if something's divisible by 2? Well, if the number itself is an even number. All even numbers are divisible by 2. So that's the first divisibility check I do, is to see, is it an even number? Okay. The next thing I do is I look at, actually I look at this one. Because I know this one is really easy. If it ends in a 5 or a 0, it's divisible by 5. So that's right off the bat. I look at a number and I go, oh, if it's an even number, it's divisible by 2. If it ends in a 5 or a 0, it's divisible by 5. Okay? And then I go to this one, number 3. This is a little trickier, but if you think about it in these terms, I think it'll help. I'm going to put 222. 222. This is my number. Do you think that's divisible by 3? Well, it doesn't look like it would be. Let's add these together, though. 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. Is 6 divisible by 3? Absolutely. So 222 is going to be divisible by 3. I can prove it. 222. Oh, you see that? It's hard. Divided by 3 is 74. Look at that. It comes out evenly. So I know that 222 is definitely divisible by 3. I also know, just off the top of my head here, that 222 is going to be divisible by 6 because it's divisible by 3, and look, what I get is even, so it's going to be divisible by 2 also. If it's divisible by 2 and 3, it's divisible by 6. Cool trick. All right. Let's see. 9. That's the next one I go to. This one you also add up the, well actually, if it's not divisible by 3, it's not going to be divisible by 9. So I don't even have to try that one. But if it is divisible by 3, it might be divisible by 9. And I can just do this very same one. 2 plus 2 plus 2. 222. Okay. Is 222 divisible by 9? No, because when you add it up, you get 6. and 6 is not divisible by 9. What if I did this? 2,222. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That equals 8. Is that divisible by 9? No. No. Let me think of a number that is divisible by 9 that you wouldn't know just by looking at it. How about 2,178? Is that divisible by 9? Well, add them together. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 7 is 10, plus 8 is 18. Is 18 divisible by 9? Yeah, so 2,178 is divisible by 9. I can prove it on my calculator. If you could just see that better. 2,178 divided by 9. Yep, 242. Who knew? Well, people who had written down their divisibility rules. It's why you need them. It's going to help you out when you're trying to figure stuff out with fractions. Okay. The only one you have to really be careful of is 7. It doesn't have any trick. You just have to divide it out with your calculator to find out if it's divisible by 7 or 11. Okay? You just have to use your calculator to find out. So give these a shot. Try to use the tricks, because if you just keep using your calculator, it gets to be a real drag in Hawks. So give it a shot.